it's Dr. Brian McDonough, and welcome to Coronavirus. Today, it is Sunday, August 8th, 2021. Right now, in the world, there are 202,444,628 cases of COVID, with 4,290,636 deaths. In the United States, 35,741,342 cases, with 616,719 deaths. Today I want to talk about something that I think is important. A lot of times people who are vaccine hesitant get discredited, and I think that's a mistake. I think what we need to do is explain why vaccines are helpful, which I try to do, and also to take the questions that those who are vaccine hesitant raise and take them seriously and explain things. I will tell you that I have done over 180 separate YouTube podcasts called A Doctor in the Pandemic since the beginning of the pandemic. And we've done over 200 Coronavirus Today segments here. And I respond to questions all the time. And on a handful of occasions, I've gotten something that either was a bot or someone who really was angry and have had negative comments that I just more or less ignore. But in most cases, I respond respectfully, and people respond respectfully back. And in a good number of cases, people have actually decided to get the vaccine after I explain to them. And one of the comments that comes up all the time is that why isn't there more education in public service announcements? Not just get the vaccine, but why? And I do think that to a large extent, and having worked in television for so many years, television kind of dummies things down, and there's a lot of people who are very smart, who are doing a lot of research, and they don't necessarily get the explanations they should, so they turn to the internet. And as you know, on the internet, there are people who can make a great deal of money by making different points. There are those that can make political points and get votes by saying certain things. I mean, anything can happen because the beauty of the internet is there's no regulation, but the curse of the internet is that there is no regulation. But I do want to make a point about the vaccine hesitant, where I have a lot of respect, and I want to make sure that this point is made. I've spent my entire career in medicine, and if you really look at it, most of the time as physicians, we are compensated for, we're rewarded for, even the electronic medical records ask for it. The use of medications, the use of pills, a quick treatment for a problem. In other words, if you have joint pain, well, go with some form of ibuprofen, or sadly at one point go with narcotic medications, something to solve the pain as opposed to physical therapy and working things out and stress reduction and stretching and all those other things, because it's quicker to give a medication and you can get in and out of the office. And frankly, patients want a medication. For years, I have tried to explain to patients when they have a viral infection that we don't treat viral infections with antibiotics. And many times people leave, they sometimes don't come back, they want to go to a doctor who will give them medication. So we live in a society where we have, one way or another, either through the demands of the population or the medical approach we've taken, we've looked at one way to treat everything. And yes, when antibiotics were developed in the 1940s and those things happened, they were lifesavers. But we even approach cancer, Alzheimer's, other illnesses, we approach them with a one-shot mechanism when in fact it's multifactorial. And that's the important message that I think a lot of people who are vaccine hesitant are saying is, why do I need a shot? Why do I need a vaccine? Why can't we do things, change our lifestyle, lose weight, try to stay in environments where you're less likely to get the virus? And all of that makes sense. The problem with COVID-19 is that it's so darn aggressive, and when it attacks, it really does severe damage, and as the numbers say, kills millions of people. That's the difference here. I do believe that those who are vaccine hesitant, who don't want a vaccine for every disease that comes down the pike, are right. But for things like smallpox and things like COVID, polio, there has been a need, because unfortunately, if you let things go naturally, the death and destruction is too great. So I just wanted to make that point, and we talk about a lot of different things, but I don't want to discredit anyone for their opinions. Please stay safe, wash your hands.